The transfer of Karim Benzema to Man United is not gonna get out of the news until he has gonna head to leave Al Ittihad and obviously found a team in Europe where he wants to obviously be playing at, because stories are obviously continuing to flow, and the more they continue to flow, they are fueled by United legends like Rio Ferdinand of gonna head to back the transfer of Karim Benzema to the club of Manchester United. Do you guys agree with him? Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We thank God for the gift of life. It's really great to see that it's really another huge day that has gone ahead to be made by the Lord, and I'm here to obviously tell you that it's good to obviously say thank you to the Lord for your family being alive, your friends, and for you yourself being alive and everything that you work on. The Muslims, you can as well say the same to Allah, and Barakallahu Fikum for everyone who is watching onto this channel. And Newport manager Graham Colgan, I think Coughlin has gone ahead and obviously come out and obviously spoken about facing Manchester United. Remember, they knocked out the other team, I think, that plays into the I think it plays into what is it, the National League. They've gone ahead to knock them out, and they're obviously gonna face Manchester United in their next fixture of the FA Cup. Their manager has gone ahead to obviously speak out onto facing them in that side. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Let's start it off with some of the stories coming in through from quoted by journalists, from France and Spain. Remember, in Spain, that's where Karim Benzema was playing at Real Madrid for the last I think decade. I think he joined them around 2011, 2012. That's when he joined them. I remember very well, Alex Ferguson was pushing to obviously get him, and Zinedine Zidane led his transfer to Real Madrid. Then ever since then has gone ahead to play very many games for them. He has been there for a decade plus, and in France, that's where he was born and bred, and all people know a lot about him. Now, there is a story coming in through from Lons Julien, who works for the RMC Sport from France. He has confirmed to us that Karim Benzema is exploring his options to leave Al Ittihad after 6 underwhelming months in Saudi Arabia. Multiple Premier League clubs, including Chelsea, have shown an interest in the Frenchman. That is a source coming in from France, meaning that there is a lot of uncertainties happening in between Karim Benzema and the side of Al Ittihad. And remember, I told you one thing in the first video about Karim Benzema, linking him to Man United, that he has not trained. He has missed out on close to 8 training sessions ever since the 12th of January. He has not been training with Al Ittihad, and they're obviously having a break, like a pre-season, and he's obviously not with them. That is Karim Benzema. Remember, because there is what we call the Asian Cup, these players are not really the teams are not really having competitive games until the Asia Cup really comes to pass, and Karim Benzema has not been part of the team of Al Ittihad, and it's rumored that he's gonna leave the club. And one of the most credible journalists coming in from Spain, he works for Marca, and he goes by the names of Jose Felix Diaz, very close to Real Madrid, has told us that Karim Benzema wants to leave Saudi Arabia and return to Europe already. The French striker has quickly realized that Saudi Arabia is not a country for him and his football. A return to Real Madrid is ruled out. So he's not expected to return to Real Madrid because maybe they won't obviously see him back, because having gone ahead to sit it that Real Madrid failed to welcome Cristiano Ronaldo there, how could they obviously welcome this guy back? Because Ronaldo, before he obviously saw himself go to the side of Al Nassr, he tried out Real Madrid, and Real Madrid publicly came out and said, no way we are getting him here at the club of Real Madrid. So that is exactly what happened during that time. So as it stands, it's Karim Benzema, and he is not really looked at by Real Madrid, and teams where he's being linked to are Manchester United, that have gone ahead obviously say no to this, but never say never in a transfer window. And you know what exactly United does. Now, Rio Ferdinand, the legend of Man United, played in 3 Champions League finals, won 1. He lifted 5 Premier League trophies. He has a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and very many trophies for the club of Manchester United. FIFA World Cup, Super Cup, has come out and told us that, listen, Benzema, how can you say no? What I would say is that the person that needs that Benzema's arrival more than anyone else right now is Rasmus Højlund. He needs somebody to look and learn from. Now, out of everything that Rio Ferdinand is going to hate to say, I agree with him learning from Karim Benzema. Partially, not wholly, partially, but 6 months can do some good improvement at the club of Man United, because if you are as old enough as me and you've got to hate obviously watch Man United play very many games of football, I remember way back around 2005, 2004, Sir Alex Ferguson used to go and bring in Henrik Larsson at the club of Manchester United. Remember, Henrik Larsson, after leaving Barcelona, he went ahead and played in the MLS. And remember, in the MLS, there is always that time that they spent without playing football. By the way, their season, I think, ends in December, and they obviously start playing, again, I think, March and April. That's how their season really goes. So from January to March, he used to bring Henrik Larsson, and he played for the club of Man United in favor of improving Ronaldo and Rooney. I think he did it for 2 consecutive seasons, right? And Henrik Larsson played for Man United in 2 consecutive seasons in January, and those loans could obviously come in through. But he brought them in to spend 3 months at the club of Man United to obviously get those players sharp. And after those 2 seasons, Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo turned world class, meaning that Rio Ferdinand is right on that when Karim Benzema comes in through, he will obviously tell Rasmus Højlund a lot on how to treat yourself into that box. But there is a red flag onto that I've always gonna hate to say a lot, that we've gonna hate to sign in very many players like Karim Benzema when they are in their climax of their career. You know, why can't we obviously say that we are building something special at the club of Manchester United? Because if you bring in Karim Benzema, I understand he'll come in through and really get you goals, but is it really sustainable? Is it a solution? Right now, I want to see players who are going to leave at the club of Man United for the next 3 or 4 seasons. If Karim Benzema was like 30, I would have gone ahead to say, all right, he can give us some 2 seasons, and Rasmus Højlund some 2 or 3 seasons, and Rasmus Højlund might learn from him. But he's 36 years of age. He's injury prone, and there is no way you're going to trust him at the club of Man United, and he earns a lot of money. You get? Unless you tell me that he terminates his contract with Al Ittihad and he comes as a free agent to Manchester United and he agrees to earn like £200,000 a week. That is it. So, in my own understanding, I really, 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 really love Karim Benzema, but I don't want to see him at the club of Man United. That is it. That is the recent pass that we've always gonna hate to do on Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Falcao, Ronaldo, Cristiano. You get? Swastian Basintaiga. You know, we've gonna hate to go in for quick fixes. Odian Ugalo, I hate that. As a club of Man United, I hate that, and I believe it shouldn't be the course of our season. You know, Rasmus Højlund has shown us that when we get him chances, he can score them. Why don't we first work on to creating enough chances for our number 9 and then think of bringing Karim Benzema? Because there is no way you are going to blame your striker that he's not really lethal when you are not getting him chances. Experience has been downplayed by strikers like Erling Haaland. At the age of 18, Erling Haaland was at Salzburg. He went and played, I think, 1.5 seasons at, I think he joined them in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, January. And he played for them 2020, 2021, then 2021, 2022. And then in 2022, the summer, he joined Manchester City. Now, where did he get the experience from? You get? But he's at the club of Manchester City that creates very many chances for him. That's what people underlook. All I want us to focus on is, let's not look at Karim Benzema. Let's look at the reason as to why we're not scoring very many goals. Look at the game of Tottenham Hotspur. How many times did Marcus Rashford reach into good areas of putting in an early cross and he didn't put it in? Those are things we should obviously focus on and really get our eyeballs and magnifying glasses on. That, Anthony, how many chances are you creating for number 9? Bruno Fernandes, how many chances are you getting in for number 9? Diego Dallo, how many crosses do you average per half or per game? Can you average like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 crosses per game aiming at our number 9? Can Luke Shaw, you know, the left back of Man United all last year, average 5 or 10 crosses per game targeting our number 9? Because if we can get 10 balls in the 18 yards box area of the opponent targeting our number 9, you know, there is no way we cannot obviously fail to see this by scoring goals. Now, look at the game of Tottenham Hotspur. The first goal he scores, Rashford was running himself into a forest of legs. That is it. His aim was not to obviously release Rasmus Højlund, and it's the defender, I think it was Christian Romero, who really backheels that ball in the vicinity of Rasmus Højlund. He takes like 2 touches and hits it in the back of the net, meaning that it wasn't his aim. But look at what Rasmus Højlund does for Rashford to score the second goal. You know, that wall pass was really great, and Rashford went ahead to score. But why doesn't Rashford do that for Rasmus Højlund? Because he's in an area that calls for him to do that. Those are things that people don't look at, and those are things we should focus on. Guys, let's focus onto that, and the rest will go on as planned. So for me, I don't want to see Karim Benzema at the club of Man United, and 100% oppose what Rio Ferdinand is talking about. Now, Man United has been drawn with a side known as Newport County. You know, that's the team we are going to play in the 4th round of the FA Cup. This team went ahead to obviously knock out when did they play? They played, all right, it's called Estley. They knocked it out by 3-1, and they've gone ahead to prepare for Man United, the game that sees us return back to the Premier League, back to action on the 28th of January. So their manager has come out and obviously spoken a lot about this fixture, and allow me in great pleasure reveal to you what he went ahead to say about the club of Manchester United. And this is what he had to say about Manchester United: that Newport manager Graham Coughlin, I think it's Coughlin, its 4th round tie against Man United. For me, the biggest club in this country, in Europe and in the world. I know some would lean towards the 5th round game we played against Manchester City, but I would say Manchester United all day long. So he's very excited to be taking on the club of Manchester City, and I understand why. The club of Man United, because it's a club with huge history, and you never know, he might make a mark, because in the game of football everything is really possible. You can find United dropping points against that team. You can find United being knocked out from the league with that team, and that's really a rare case scenario, but you cannot rule it out. In the game of football, every result is possible: a W, an L, and a D, that is a draw. So the manager's gonna hate to speak out like that he prefers to play Man United than Manchester City. Then he added on and said, we are a big Manchester United family. We've been to FA Cup finals with them. I can't get my head around it. To be honest, I don't know when it will sink in. So this guy is really confident, and for any manager, you have to come out and really make such statements, obviously breven, you know, your players, to make them gallant enough to go ahead and really face Man United. But I think it's really gonna be a hard time for them. That is it. It's gonna be a hard time for them. Why? United, by the time we play them, Maguire is gonna be back, Lindelof is gonna be back, Luke Shaw is gonna be back, Tyrell Malacia is gonna be back, Mount is gonna be back, Casemiro is already back, Lisandro Martinez is gonna be back. So 7 players are going to be back, and that's not going to be any easy for the side of for the side of it's called what? Newport. Yeah, Newport. So guys, your thoughts onto Rio Ferdinand backing Karim Benzema transfer to Man United are welcome in the comment section below. For me, I don't want Karim Benzema to come to Man United. And would you? Then, what do you make about the Newport manager? Ready for Man United and ready to take us on. Good morning. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. Moroccan David remains my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because the more you subscribe, the more you obviously get us going and running to where you guys deserve us to be. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye-bye.